Hello guys, my name is Isaac Shadrack and I'm a tutor at Sykes Computers. I am very excited to meet you guys. Sykes Computers is located in Benue State, the capital, Makurdi. Here's the address at George Akume Way, opposite Westin Filling Station. And you can give us a call on any of this number or email us. We are specialized in many kind of IT services, and you can come here and get more information about our company. And here is our founder, who has actually put in a lot of effort to make sure that we get to where we are today. So for this course, we are going to be looking at an exploratory data analysis, EDA. It is abbreviated EDA, exploratory data analysis. And we're going to see how we can do this with the use of Python. And exploratory data analysis is achieved with three major libraries, which is the Pandas, the NumPy, and the Matplotlib. In order for you to do this, there are actually three platform or softwares that you can use it to achieve this. But for this course, it's just a peek of what this course is all about. You should come back to this particular site here for more information, or call any of these numbers down here on how you're going to be enrolled into this course. Just a peek of what this course is all about and what we're going to be covering in details. But for this course, I'll just be using the Google Colab. The Google Colab is just as the Jupyter Notebook, which all of you know if you're familiar with Python data analysis. Then you should know the Jupyter Notebook. The Jupyter Notebook, it's an online software that you can download and actually use it without any network to do some exploratory data analysis. But here we're using the Google Colab, which is actually an online notebook, which you can anywhere remotely without stress. You can use it to perform any kind of data analysis at all. So for the Jupyter Notebook, we are actually going to make a video on how to set up that, on how that is being set up. You can either use Jupyter Notebook or install the Anaconda. We're going to make a video about all of these, on how, which of the software you can use to follow this course along. And if you want to get more information about that, then reference back to our company's official site, check the about section, give any of these contact info here. Either you send us an email or you give us a call. So today we're going to be looking at the three major libraries that we're going to actually see in details in this course. So let's go ahead and create a new notebook. In this notebook here, I'll just give you guys a peek of how the Pandas, the NumPy, and the Matplotlib, how these particular libraries work. We're actually going to make videos and discuss all of those libraries in details, and we will explain all of those. So you need to check out our official website and get more information on how to follow along. So first, let's create a text. This is the environment. This is how the Jupyter Notebook environment looks like for the Google Colab. Even if you open the Jupyter Notebook, it looks like this. There's no much difference. And here you can add a text, which is referred to as a markdown, or you can add a notebook for code. So here we want to actually add a heading. Let's delete this first one so that this can go up. Double click it and let's add a heading. So we are doing an EDA. This is just an intro to EDA, and we are looking at Pandas. We're looking at Pandas, and the Pandas is used for data manipulation. That's what the Pandas is used for. We use Pandas for data manipulation. Then the other one, which is NumPy. NumPy is a multi-dimensional array. It is preferred over LIST because as a data scientist or a data analyst, you're going to be dealing with a lot of data. And if you're using a list, if you're using a list to process that data, it's going to be very slow. So we prefer a NumPy. This is a multi-dimensional array. Then the last one, the last one, which is the matplotlib. Actually, it depends on the NumPy, but it can be used for the matplotlib can be used for visualizations, and we'll just be I'll give you guys a peek of how each of these particular libraries work. Then in our official course, which we're going to be discussing each of these libraries in details, we're going to break each of these down. Then we'll build projects on each of these libraries and see how we can use it to perform exploratory data analysis to give insight to business. So this is used for visualization. So you press your shift and enter and you move to the next notebook. So the first one that we're looking at here is the pandas. So if you want to import the pandas, it's very simple. Just import pandas. Then it has a popular shortcut name as PD. So this PD is going to save the library which you're going to import. So this pandas here, you can use it to create a data frame. You can use it to do some data manipulation and all that. So let's hold on for it to load. I don't know, maybe my network is giving a little kind of issue. But before that comes up, let's just continue writing our exploratory data analysis. Okay, you see, I think that was why that was taking time, because we forgot to assign it this particular variable here. So now let's see what we can do with our pandas. So first of all, what should we do? Let's create some series. After we create those series, then we're going to put them back into a data frame, and we import. I'll show you guys how to import data with the pandas and do some little things. So the first one here, let's create a series of cars. Let's create a series of cars. So with the help of the pandas, I'm gonna create a series of cars. Actually, this actually has an autocorrect and autofill, which is why it's very important. Which is very important over other platform, because it's, as we're using it online, it's helping you with auto complete and all that. So we are creating a series of cars. So we're Nigerians. No, Nigerians love Benz. And let's see, BMW. That's like my favorite car. That's how to spell it. Let's see, Nigerians love Toyota very well. Toyota, how it's spelled. So let's run that and see. So that runs successfully. So let's see our series now. So this is our series. It will have Benz, BMW, and Toyota. So we create another one again. Let's call this one colors. So pd.series. You can see how the autocorrect is coming up because of how I'm using it remotely. So let's call this one is colors, right? Of course, the red, green, and blue, they are the most popular colors. So let's just use the red, green, and blue. Let's hit enter. So let's see our colors now. So now let's create a data frame. Let's create a data frame. A data frame, you may be asking, what's a data frame? You know, one thing I like is I like Google very well. Okay, I like Google very well. So let's come back here and ask, what is a data frame? A data frame is like a table. What data frame in Python? So there it helps us. So a data frame is a two-dimensional labeled data structure with columns of potential different types. You can think of it like a spreadsheet or an SQL table. What makes it different from a general table? It actually differentiates different type of data types. So let's put this into a data frame. Before that, let's define a data frame. So we're going to define our DF, our data frame. So We want our df to hold or to hold the variable of data frame. So this is how you spell it, right? Okay, so there you go. Why is it giving me that error? Name df is not defined. Oh, let's write it again. Let's define our data frame. The reason why that gave us an error was because we're calling df while we need to define our data frame with pandas, because we already assigned it here with this variable. So I mistakenly put there, that's why we're getting that error. So this is how it's being defined. That error should go now. So now our df is being defined now. So now let's put these two series that we created here back to this data frame. So we want the first one there is cars. Am I right? Want to be equals to cars. Then the second one here is colors. Want this to be equals to colors. That should run successfully. So now let's see our data frame now. So now you can see we have a data frame of cars on Chorus. So now we can go ahead and view the info. This should bring up the different info about our table, since we are able to put into the data frame. So now you can see we have cars of 3 inputs, non-null, a data type of object, and other. So this is just some of the things we're going to be looking at these pandas in a very detailed way, and you just have to come back here and call this number so that you can be in touch and not miss out on this great course. So let me show you guys how you can import data into this Google Colab here. It's very simple. You just have to make sure whether you're using the Jupyter Notebook or the Google Colab, just make sure that the directory for that particular data, it's been properly formatted. We are going to make video on how each of those is being done. So here I'm going to first of all mount my Google Drive, because I'm actually using a Google Drive as my machine here, because I've already imported the data into my Google Drive. So I'm going to mount my Google Drive and fetch the data from my Google Drive. So you can see my Google Drive is still mounting. So before that is being mounted, let's see. Let's mount it again and see. You might have some network issues, but if the network is very strong, that might not cause any issue. It's mounting Google Drive. Let's wait on for it to mount. When it mounts, then I will continue to do another thing that we want to do. So there you go, that's our Google Drive. So let's go ahead and pick our data. Our data is in lesson. So this is our data here, our superstore. So look at it here, copy this part. So we'll go ahead and minimize that. So let's remove this. So what we want to do is we want to call the data type. So we want to call the data that is being mounted here. So let's define the data frame. Let's call this df1, and I want to call it, I want to read it. It's a CSV file. You can see our autocorrect down here. So this is how you. So even if you're on a system or on a Google Drive, just make sure that you format this, or on a Google Colab, make sure you format this particular link here correctly. So let's go ahead and run that. The MPD is not defined. This has already run. Okay, in order for me to just go ahead and run all of those things from the beginning, let's just copy it and run it down here. The runtime was over. So that's one thing about Jupyter Notebook. Anytime the runtime is over, you have to rerun it again.